Hi skiers, I'm Jeff from skiessentials.com. Today we're going to talk about the 2021 Black Crows Justis. This is a really cool ski. It's brand new for 2021. We had it in our ski test, so you may have seen that video, but I wanted to do a little bit longer video on it, kind of really diving into its performance and its construction and what makes it such a unique and such a cool ski, because I do think it's pretty darn cool. So to start, it's 100 underfoot. And the Justis is basically replacing two skis that used to exist in the Black Crows line, that being the Damon and the Novice. There is still a Novice Freebird, so you'll still see that, but there's no more like resort Novice, so to speak, and same is true with the Damon. Now those skis were pretty different. The Novice was camber, the Damon was flat and lots of rocker. The Damon used metal, the Novice was pretty light and pretty agile. And this Justis kind of takes all of those different attributes and kind of blends it together in a pretty cool way. So let's talk about construction, because I think the construction of the ski is really important for how it performs. It's a poplar wood core, so pretty straightforward wood core. A lot of companies use poplar, but then they use two sheets of metal that are shaped in this like H shape. Now this construction we kind of saw previously on the Orb, which is a little bit narrower, down in like the 90 millimeter range. And they kind of took that and reapplied it to this Justis, which I think is really cool, and I think it works really well in this ski. So that metal's full width underfoot, and then, like we've seen in some other skis, instead of it being full width through the forebody of the ski, it's just along the edge and then ends right there. And pretty much the same is true in the tail, right along the edge and then ends right there. Now, the shape of this ski is also pretty unique. 100 underfoot, that's not too unique. We have a lot of skis that are 100 underfoot. It's got a 20 meter turn radius. This is the 177.4 length that I have today. So nothing crazy there. What's really cool about this shape is the amount of rocker it has. So the tip rocker starts like right where my hand is. And then tail rocker too. There's a lot of tail rocker. But interestingly, there's not really any early taper. So oftentimes with skis that kind of fall into this category and we're looking for all mountain versatility, we often get rocker, but usually with that rocker you get some early taper as well. And that's not really present here in the Justis. So when you add all those things up, when you take that H-shaped sheet of metal and this kind of really extended, pronounced rocker profile, that's what makes this ski pretty unique to me. And I think it's a lot of fun to ski, and it works really well in a wide range of conditions. I guess we'll start with firm snow. We often do. And I think that's a good place to start with this ski, because you can kind of get a gist of what the intended use or the intended performance of this design is. On firm snow, they're pretty darn impressive. So if you have these skis at a high edge angle, they're pretty darn stiff. And with the amount of metal in them, you can really push against it. And it holds an edge really, really well. They say stay really, really stable. Something that I find that they do maybe better than, probably better than most skis in this category, is the way that they track through kind of choppy snow conditions. So we have some kind of variable snow conditions at Stowe right now. We're still in early season, so you've got a big mix of conditions on the mountain right now. And yeah, I was able to take these and really just kind of see how they did on pretty big radius arcing turns at fairly high speeds, and they don't get bounced around where some other lighter skis would get bounced around by kind of the variations or the choppiness of the snow surface. These track really, really well. They also have, for not having much camber underfoot, I find that they have a pretty springy, responsive feel when linking turns. And something that I was kind of pleasantly surprised by is that they work pretty well at slower speeds too. Even if you're skiing with like a higher edge angle, you can make these like pretty round round, like really fun, responsive turns on them, which is not something that you can usually do on a ski with this much metal that hits this level of stability, vibration damping, all that kind of stuff. So pretty darn good on firm snow. They track really, really well. You get a long, effective edge. We talk about this concept with, I guess it comes up with the enforcers a lot, how the further you tip them on edge, the longer the effective edge is. With the Justis, you don't really have to tip it that far because there's no taper up here. You get a long, effective edge. Now, the other side of the coin is when you take them into softer snow conditions, or if you want to make more pivoting, slip, smearing turns. If you're riding a flat ski, again, we kind of talk about this a lot with other skis, but it definitely holds true to the Justis. If you're riding a flatter ski, you can actually get it to pivot pretty well, and then its soft snow performance, especially when you think about its stability and its responsiveness and its edge grip on firmer snow, the way that it reacts and performs in soft snow and powder is really good. It's right up there among like playful powder skis because it's got this much rocker to it. It has that surfy feel that I really like in soft snow. It's like seamless, very smooth edge release out of the tail. So you can even like hold it a little bit and get one of those rounder, shorter turns at a higher edge angle, and then immediately transition to like a flatter ski, let it drift a little bit, lose some speed, and make a surfier turn. And they're just a lot of fun to ski. Now, it's not like immediately intuitive, I'd say. I have like 3 or 4 days on these skis now, and it did take me a moment to kind of figure it out. I think because I'm used to skiing a lot of those skis, like the Enforcers, like the Rangers even, where they have a little bit more taper to the tip, they still require some skier input, I guess. Even though they achieve that surfy, playful, fun feel, they prefer to be driven. They kind of ask for an active, engaging skier. They're not to say that somebody kind of less aggressive couldn't ski them, but I think they really shine on the feet of somebody who's willing and wants to kind of tell the ski what to do. And that just gives it a very versatile personality. I've been really enjoying skiing these at Stowe the past few days because you can make some big, high-speed, big arcing turns on them, and they feel stable and quiet and damp. But then you can dance around on them and have some fun and play on the sides of the trail. Today we had kind of some tricky visibility, so I was skiing a lot slower, and they were fun. They're still like rewarding going slower, unlike some skis, skis that use a lot of metal, and you really feel like you have to get them up to speed until they start to perform well. I think the Justis is nice and very well-rounded in the sense that it performs well in a variety of conditions, but you can also ski it with like a variety of different styles. So that's the Black Crowes Justis. Definitely let us know if you have any questions about it, if you're wondering if it's appropriate for you. I do still think it's, Black Crowes, if you watch their video on it, they talk about intermediates, and I think that's reasonable. I think an athletic intermediate could ski these and they would do just fine. But I really feel like it's a good kind of all-mountain weapon. It's a tool for an advanced expert level skier. And yeah, just it could be a really, really good one ski quiver or daily driver, whatever you want to call it, the ski that you kind of grab every day, not exactly knowing what the conditions are going to be like. And you can pretty much do it all on the Justis. So really cool ski. I'm looking forward to skiing it a little bit more this season. And I definitely think it's a worthy replacement for the Damon and Novice. I really liked skiing the Damon. That was kind of a weird ski in that it was flat and used as much metal as it did. But a lot of the things that I was able to do on the Damon, like high speed edge release and a high speed kind of slash and skid turn, you can do that on the Justis pretty darn well. So yeah, let us know if you have any questions. We'll try and try and work in some more Black Crows skis this winter for reviews, because I know you guys like to hear about them. And yeah, we'll see you guys out there on the slopes. We're pretty much on snow every day now testing skis. So let us know if there's anything in particular you want to see, and we'll talk to you soon.